Hello, this is the Reverend Jakes, and this is game 2 from Kammalleri, and that's what it is, or what I call Kama, Protoss. Top right, and in the bottom left, we have Eureka, who is one game away from being in the Pain Street Nation finals for the StarCraft 2 tournament, and I'm sure he's looking forward to that. He's already guaranteed some prize in this tournament, but I'm sure he would like to go home with the gold. And Kammalleri has a little bit of catching up to do. He lost his first game to a very interesting timing push from our Terran player. It was Siege Tanks, Banshees, and Marines. Really, Kama had almost nothing to defend against that. He actually said that it was an OP strat. So no doubt he thought it was some kind of cheese, but I don't know that it necessarily could be considered cheese. It was 6 minutes into the game. He had just hoped that maybe Eureka would lay off him for a little bit, because I'm sure he wanted to get into that late game with a pretty early expand for the Protoss player. And we'll see if he defends against that. He tries to defend against that OP strat this game, or if he thinks that maybe Eureka will not strike the same move twice. But when I actually played Eureka, he did do the same thing twice, and it beat me twice. So so Eureka may end up doing that. Kama's going to scout in the wrong position, but I think yeah, he will get it on the second go round, the second base. And Eureka still not scouting. Still, at least not sent anything yet. We're almost at the 3-minute mark, and he hasn't sent anything. This one might be. No, he's just going to put down a supply depot. Eureka is a man of conviction. He knows what he wants to go, and he will not be put off by his opponent's build order. And you know, that's not a crack on him. He's gotten so far into this tournament. I guess he knows what he's doing. He actually is sending out an SCV now, so maybe he is trying to scout. Let's see where he's going. Yeah, he actually is scouting this time, and he's gonna not be able to, or it's gonna take him 2 bases for him to find it, just like Kama, who has actually already found the base and trying to avoid the fire of that Marine. But he got a little bit of scouting information, not a whole lot. He knows that he's building 2 barracks, which is actually different from Eureka's last play. So Kama probably knows that he's not going the same thing, but Kama does look like he's going the same thing. Or, you know what, probably every Protoss early build looks like this, so I'm not going to necessarily say that. But look at this, a very early expand for this player. That's about 2 minutes early from the average expand for a Protoss player. So yeah, he definitely wants to get this economy going before his army, and we'll see if Eureka is going to be able to take advantage of that like he did last game. He's building a reactor on this second barracks. Let's look at the production. He's getting that compulsive whatever it was called. It's for the Marauder, and the reactor for the second one. So he's gonna be going Marauder Marine for right now. He's actually moving out with a Marauder and Marine. Maybe getting a little bit of that's what I like to call a scout with a little bit of fight in it. Definitely not enough to make Kama GG, but he is actually putting down 3 more gates, so he'll have 4 warp gates soon, which is already more than he had in the previous game. And Eureka, you know, definitely playing a different build from last game. He is getting up his command center, and we'll be moving that out probably pretty shortly once that finishes. Not a whole lot of production bases for him, so it looks like he might be trying to go for a little bit of economy build as well, but he is pushing out with these 3 units, and Kama's not doing anything about it. That Zealot does not get a chance to spawn in, and look how much he's able to do with these concussive shells. That's what it's called. The Zealots, or the Zealots, are not able to do anything to him right now. He's going to have to rely on these sentries to do most of his damage, but he can just he can just micro these zealots, and he's just taking so many out, and only lost 1 or 2 himself. He only has 4, but he's able to do so much damage. But with these stalkers coming out, I think this is going to be pushed back, and Kama is going to be able to start saturating his expansion, which he needs at this point because Eureka does have his expansion finished and will be saturating it himself. He's actually pushing in with a few more units, but it's not going to be able to do anything. He's going to move back. A lot actually coming to reinforce, so he might try. Look, he's leading these away and moving in with some some more units, and they're going to get caught. I think that he just didn't realize that those were there. Going to try to get out of there and go back to his base. And everybody's going to try to macro up a little bit, I guess. He finishes the orbital command, and just right now, there he's lifting it off. Let's see what kind of buildings are going down. Building a factory, 2 more barracks. So definitely a Marine Marauder heavy build at this point, it looks like. Maybe getting siege tanks from that factory at some point. And for Kama, getting his robotics facility down, and maybe get some Colossus at some point, which would be fairly effective against those Marine Marauder. But if he's able to get a lot of tanks up, it's going to be hard for him to maneuver those Colossus in a way that's beneficial for him. Kama does have the Zelnaga Tower, so that gives him a little bit of vision advantage for any forces that are moving out from Eureka. Eureka has not been very big on map control, at least from these past 2 games, staying mainly in his base unless he's pushing out, which is a detriment to him because he doesn't know when anything's coming at him. Let's look at the income tab right now. Fairly even. Eureka's a little bit in the lead just because of his mules being able to get those minerals a lot faster, but once those run out, I think it will almost be dead even. And Kama is going to be a little bit higher on the gas because he actually does have all 4 of his geysers mining right now. And as you can see, he's getting that extended thermal lance for his Colossus, so we are certainly going to see some Colossus in play here.